Hugh Freeze had to go, right?
There goes Davis! Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back! Auburn's gonna win the football game!
Hello and welcome to this episode of War Eagle Weekly. How we doing, Josh?
Konnichiwa.
To answer that question, yes, he had to go. But first,
Yes,
before we
definitely.
dive too far into that, we're quickly going to talk about Auburn's loss to Kentucky and what we saw in that game. Josh, there's not anything specific that we're going to pull up here. We're just going to talk in general. We get shut out if Elijah Mendez doesn't intercept that ball and get it to the 30.
Yes.
Absolutely ridiculous. It was a terrible offensively called game. It looked like Hugh Freeze didn't even want to be there, right?
Dude, from the first snap, dude, as soon as the game started, the look on Hugh Freeze's face is like, yeah, no matter what, I know I'm without a job tomorrow. So
Yeah.
it's just what we saw was a bunch of horse shit. And it was, we lived through 2-12. That was easily the hardest era of Auburn fandom. And last night, I feel like it was the most embarrassing loss Auburn has ever suffered. Mainly because you could definitely tell the head coach gave zero shits about the game, and it was very apparent. And then he had the gall to say, I just want to ask for patience from you guys, but I know there's no room for it in this day. And I was like, you son of a bitch, you should have never even said that, and I would have respected you just a little more. Now that dude can kick rocks. He is, oh my God. I don't know what happened to Hugh Freeze between Ole Miss, Liberty, and Auburn. Something terrible happened, and he is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
And we'll get more to the Hugh Freeze side of things here in a little bit, but the game itself, the fact that the defense held them to 10 points, and we still lost the game at home is absolutely asinine. This defense continues to just shine and play championship level defense. That first drive that Kentucky had coming out of halftime was the best that they looked all night long. Other than that, the defense had their number, and honestly, we should have had 2 more picks from the first quarter.
Yes, for the first quarter, yeah.
And so
It
the
was
defense
domination defensively.
Yeah, defense looked good. It looked like Cam Coleman was locked in. I know he did, his stats don't really shine, but that's mainly because the offensive line couldn't do anything and the offense couldn't do anything. But that first catch he had and stiff arming the guy and throwing him to the ground and running he was running physical. He was running angry. He was playing angry. It looked like, and so
Kid's a competitor.
yeah, and so you gotta love what you saw there, but the offensive line, was just terrible. This is the worst offensive line performance we've seen all year long, and we played against Texas A&M
and Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma Oklahoma and Texas A&M were both bad for the offensive line. It just baffles me because it was at different points. Now, Kel Ellis in the first half was the one that was probably causing a lot of the issues and stuff. Pressure was getting up the middle, and he was to blame. But the kid is 17, wasn't supposed to be in this situation, and the
Youngest
fact that
player in college football.
Yep, and the fact that the coaching staff didn't have somebody else prepared to take over the center's position with more experience is asinine. And I'm not
Jake
blaming
Morton's
Kel
a bitch.
Ellis here. It kind of seems like it, doesn't it? Kind of seems
He's a definite bona fide certified bitch. He does not know what he's doing. He should never coach at the D1 level ever again.
Yeah.
Ever.
So, and then you alluded to Hugh Freeze's comments after the game, where he said he was asked about the fans chanting "Fire Freeze" after the game, and he said, "I really wish we could, we could have more patience." And that was when he lost me. I thought for the most part he needed to go this year. I thought we needed to move on, but I never was upset with Hugh Freeze in a personal level. It was all just on a professional level. Whereas after that, I'm just like, what do you mean you need more patience? We need more patience. We gave you 3 years. Okay.
But Cameron, we're so close.
We're so close.
Close.
He's the fact that he said that also. I exploded. I just seriously, I looked like angry from inside out. My head just exploded. It was terrible. I could not
I
believe
heard
what
I
he
was
said.
presser after the game, and my wife had just gotten home from Hobby Lobby because she could feel the anger just seeping off me during the
Yeah.
game. She's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go and let you just stew in your own anger." And she got home, and I was watching the presser, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take the girls into the other room. We're gonna have fun while you just sit here and act like a child." So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just his. I'm with you. I mean, he's always said the right things in pressers. The past few weeks have gotten worse and worse and worse. And this last one was obviously the straw that broke the camel's
yeah.
back. But up until this Saturday, we talked about in the episode before. I'm all for Auburn keeping Hugh Freeze the rest of this season
Yeah.
and maybe even in the next season, because that legitimately is the best way to keep your commits and keep the current roster you have. But after this
And
Saturday, man, you can't walk that
right.
back. You have
And
to
we
just you have to swallow your pride and say, yeah, he's definitely got to go. There's
yeah.
just no other option.
And we as a fan base hate hearing so often we are so close, but we really were. Um
You
I
can look at the roster and tell. You
yeah.
can look at it on the field. You can tell like we have the pieces.
Yeah.
We do not have the scheme.
And you can point to on the offensive side, the bad games we had on offense were against very good defenses, teams that are competing for to be in the playoffs. But
Yeah, and
the fact
Kentucky's the
that
worst team in the SEC.
we are the last 2 weeks we have played Arkansas and Kentucky, the two worst defenses in the league, and we scored on one of 21 drives, and that was the very first drive of the Arkansas game, is the problem. That's the problem right there. That that's not cool. Kentucky was teams were averaging over 30 points against Kentucky this year, and we couldn't even get a touchdown, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Ashton Daniels, he had moments where he looked okay. He was running for his life. He looked better than the statue that Jackson Arnold is. But yeah, so Hugh Freeze definitely needed to go. So I cannot blame Cohen for pulling the trigger and firing Freeze.
I
Josh,
think we can put some blame on John Cohen though for taking so damn long to actually pull the trigger. Now there have been some unconfirmed reports that the decision was made after Missouri. Talks with another coach have been made the week after, and then this weekend was the week that the trigger was pulled. So it sounds like some things have been in the works for a few weeks now, and Saturday was just like, okay, yeah, you're no longer welcome. Um, but I just hate that it took so long, dude.
yeah,
Like, I swear to God, if Durkin goes and just wins out the rest of the season, that's going to make me even more mad. I'll be happy that Auburn's going to be bowl eligible. Don't get me wrong. But if Auburn goes out and wins the rest of the season, it's going to piss me off even more. I'm like, okay, because we could have had 2 more wins under our belt if
yeah.
we had just done it after Missouri. It's just, oh my God, dude.
I'm
I
okay
can't.
with Cohen the way he handled it because he was trying to reduce the buyout, trying to get as much
Sure.
money as he can to the school, and so I'm not too terribly worried about that. I just wish Freeze was more engaged for the Kentucky game. I mean, they had already approached
He was
him
more worried
after
about his
the
tea time the day after.
yeah, yeah. And so the other thing is this is nothing personal against Hugh Freeze. I wish him the best. I hope he kicks cancer's ass, because
Yes.
that there is, you and I both, we
Yeah,
have a
we deal with
parent
it in
who
our
is
personal life. Yeah.
exactly, and so I really truly hope that he is able to take care of himself because he hasn't looked great the last few weeks, and so hopefully that settles it now that he's not having to worry about coaching this team, but I'm okay with the way Cohen handled it, trying to reduce the buyout, and they're still trying to reduce it. Today, him and DJ Durkin had a press conference. It was a very long press conference, about 45 minutes. You and I both have watched it, and I put up a little cut up of Cohen's comments as well as Durkin's comments, some of the highlights, and really the the best of the best, if you will. And I just want us to react to this and talk about some of the things that they said here. So we're gonna cut to Cohen speaking today and some of the stuff that he said, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll do the same thing for Durkin.
Our whole staff is. I know our student athletes are. I know our entire administration are deeply indebted to our fans who have been patient And the reality is, it's no longer time to be patient. It's time to act, and it's time for us to make a jump. It's time for Auburn to make a jump. Our fans deserve that, and I
Damn
want
straight
that
we
to
do.
happen as quickly as possible.
Hey, John, Justin Hoganson, Auburn Sports on 3. I guess what went into the decision to name D.J. Durkin interim head coach, and is he somebody that you think is going to be a part of that process of looking for a guy to see have a chance to win the job?
Yeah, I think DJ has done an incredible job with our defense, and when you're at practice, when you watch him coach in game, it's pretty evident that he does have an edge. He's somebody with incredible energy. He's somebody that the players, student athletes relate to. He's somebody who has strategic vision. Will he get consideration? Absolutely, he will get consideration. But I won't go any farther than that. I mean, I think DJ is definitely somebody who has earned that opportunity, but he will be part of a pool that we will consider.
Yeah, Bill Cameron, ESPN 106.7. John,
doesn't sound
what's your
too
expectation as far as the
promising to me.
timeline's concerned? And does the December signing period play into that?
Yeah, it certainly does. And of course, with the new portal period coming up that was just changed recently, I think that
I feel like this is
a
very
consideration as well. But certainly as close to following our last game as possible is ideal. But are candidates that you're talking to still playing at that time? What are they playing for? Are they in the CFP? Are they in a bowl? I would assume that every single candidate that we're going to speak to outside of this building is going to be in that situation. So we're going to work as quickly as we possibly can to try and get it done as quickly after the Iron Bowl as possible. And I do believe we have a lot of
That's
talent
important.
on the offensive side.
Quickly after the Iron Bowl as possible.
It's
You really
pretty
do.
obvious that it's just not working. It's not operating at a high level. And I'll probably take it a step farther just by saying, gosh, if we had average SEC offense right now, there's no telling what our record would be. And maybe
can
I'm
tell
not
he's
standing
being
up here in
reserved
front of
right
you
here.
right now. I
Yes.
know that I owe this to
He
this
wants to
fan
cut
base.
loose.
I grew up in the state of Alabama. I know how special this fan base is. And again, I wake up every morning saying, we've got to get this done. We've got to get it done for the people who are in the top of that upper deck, the people who are in our suites, the people who are on the field. We've got to get this done. And again,
He does seem to
I know
get
it's
it.
been bandied about that we're close, right?
He could just
I'm
be
not
saying
gonna
the
say
right
that we're
things.
close.
I mean,
Close
Brian
doesn't
Harsin
matter.
did the same thing.
Getting it done matters. But I will say that we have an
I
elite
love this.
defense.
I love that.
I
will
love
say
it.
I love
there are
that,
a lot
yeah.
of area of the games, the game that in
Shots
which we
fired.
excel. But the offensive side has really hurt the production of this football team, and we got to get that fixed. We have to. Now, is it fair
Damn
to
straight,
bring up
dude.
DJ Durkin here and say, hey, fix our offense? No, that's not fair. But what we have done is we have given him the opportunity, especially with our staff and everyone else, to step forward and say, this is going to be your program for the next 3 weeks. Do the things that you feel like need to be done internally for us to be more competitive on both sides of the football. And
It's good that
and we
they're
have a lot
giving
of
him
confidence
the leash.
Yeah.
that can happen.
Yeah, I absolutely loved what Cohen was saying. Like you said, maybe he's saying the right things, and maybe he's just going through the motion is what he's saying. But all in all, I really liked what I heard from him, especially that little dig at Hugh Freeze right there about being close.
I mean, close doesn't cut it, like Cohen said. I mean, getting it done is what we need, and gosh darn it, dude, we need to get it done.
Yeah. And he talked about the fact that he was going to make the decision of who we were going to hire. And
I am the committee.
yeah, I am the committee. I also like the fact that it sounds like he wants somebody that's got that fire and that passion, which DJ Durkin definitely has. And he mentioned it also that Durkin has that competitive spirit in him. And I don't think Hugh Freeze did. I think Cohen was kind of strong armed in the sense of Hugh Freeze was who the boosters wanted. He went on to say that the boosters aren't making decisions and aren't pressuring him and everything like that. But he came in
We
and
all know that's not 100% true.
yeah,
We all know.
yeah. So I 100% believe that Hugh Freeze was not his first choice. I think he regrets not just paying what Kiffin wanted at the time. Who
Yeah.
knows if that's where we're going to go here, but he definitely wants somebody that's got that swagger about him, and Kiffin has it, and Durkin does as well. And I loved what we heard from Durkin as well. Anything else from Cohen's comments, Josh, that you want to talk about?
Uh, I mean, from how he handled it and how he addressed everybody during the presser, I've definitely kept my confidence in John Cohen because I know Lane Kiffin was the one he wanted
Yeah.
before he hired Hugh Freeze. Kiffin decided to use us for leverage to Ole Miss, which is very smart for Kiffin. But I keep my confidence in John Cohen because he did a good job at reassuring the fan base and
Yeah.
the boosters and everyone else and their grandmothers that he's the right guy for this job. He's going to pick the right guy. I just hope to God he hires someone that has not been fired from a similar position before.
Yeah.
I feel like that is going to be a huge, huge thing. They need a home run hire. He cannot afford to miss. And Auburn, they can't afford for John Cohen to shit the bed.
No, they cannot. I absolutely agree. Um, I think it was one of those things to where if Kiffin is the answer, he definitely was fired, left at the tarmac for USC. So there is that side of things, but I agree.
Yeah, but Nick
I
Saban straightened him out.
Yeah, Nick Saban straightened him out, it seems like, for the most part. I mean, Kiffin still retained who he was,
Yeah.
but for the most part. So we'll see where we go there. But after Cohen spoke, we had DJ Durkin take the stand, if you will, and talk to the media for the first time as the interim head coach. And I gotta say, Josh, I absolutely loved what I heard from him. I'm gonna play this video real quick as well, and then we'll talk about his comments.
I guess offensively, is there anything that you want to see done differently? I know you have a limited time, obviously, but what changes can you make? What can you do differently there?
Yeah,
Love that this was one of the first questions.
I think it's important. Like in football, you realize this: that it's not always what you do; it's how you do it, and who does it. And I think that's a major thing. Like how you do things, how you do anything in life, really matters. And you can see a difference in two people doing the same exact thing, but there's a difference in how they're doing it. And so that's our first focus. And it with an edge and with relentless effort and a certain sense of physicality has to be done. My communication with the offense has been more schematically from a defensive viewpoint of, that's my background, what I know. I'm certainly not going to try and step in to be doing things that aren't in my wheelhouse. But from those terms of, okay, here's some things defensively, viewing that where we could help and offering suggestions that way. Derek Nix will be the play caller. He'll be the play caller every down. He's the sole play caller. And I have extreme
It's another shot at Freeze.
confidence in Derek. Derek and I have worked together at previous stops as well. Again, another great person, great coach. I think the players really responded to him, and they understand where he's coming from. And I think Derek's going to do a great job. And we will be aggressive in everything we do.
Going back to the offense, quarterback was something that flip-flopped a little bit on Saturday. Do you guys have a plan yet going forward at quarterback this season?
Yeah, we're evaluating that right now. There's been discussion about that all throughout yesterday and today, and we'll certainly.
I think it'll be Jackson the rest of the season.
I think that's an important one. Obviously, that's the guy whose ball, the ball's in his hands every down, and I'm trying to gather information on that too. That's obviously been something I've not really been a part of, and so. To me, I don't think you hurry into decisions. It's kind of I'm gathering information on that, evaluating with the offensive staff, getting their feedback, and speaking to those young men. And I know this. We have three tremendous young men that can play the quarterback position at a high level. I know that, and so they are in the conversation on that. We'll make a decision here soon.
They better not start dudes.
Michael Gibbons' War Report.
I like how he pointed
Just
out.
for clarification,
Yeah.
will you be calling the
Didn't
defense
about
on game
burn
day,
his
just kind of
record,
wearing
though.
two hats, or will you be delegating some of those defensive call responsibilities?
Yes, I'll be calling the defense. Yeah, we won't change how we're doing that.
Thank God.
I think we have a good flow of how we do things on defense. I love our staff. I love our group. I don't want to uproot and change a lot of that. So we're keeping that as normal as possible.
John told us that you would receive consideration during the interview process. I'm interested, are you looking at these next 3 games as an opportunity? Do you want this job full-time? And then if we don't have an opportunity to speak to you later in the week, just some brief thoughts on Diego Pavia and that Vanderbilt offense that you're facing Saturday.
Who's going to say they don't want this job full-time?
Is 100% on Vanderbilt. We're trying to go 1-0. We're trying to go 1-0 this week, and that will take all of our focus for sure.
Great mentality. Great.
Obviously, that's a hard enough task on a normal basis. Then you add in everything going on and distractions and all else. It will take all of us collectively to have our mind fully on that, and that's certainly where mine is. I do not take the responsibility lightly. These players are counting on myself and our coaching staff to give them a plan that they can have success with come Saturday. And so that is the focus all the way.
DJ, what would you say to the Auburn fan base for the rest of the season, 2 more home games?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, our fan base is incredible. The support we get every home game here, whatever the situation, whatever's going on, whatever the weather, whatever the time of the game, whatever they're there, that Tiger Walk, that's the most amazing experience you could have in this game. And so, first off, thank you for your support, and I just want them to know that we are going to do everything possible to represent them in this
Coach.
in a way that they can be proud of. This place is built on hard work, toughness, blue-collar mentality, and that is what this team has. That's what we're going to display. We're going to play with a relentless effort,
I'm
play
fired
for
up.
one another, and really have pride in that AU that's on our chest.
You talked about doing this your own way. John said that this is your program for the next 3 weeks. To the fan base, how would you describe the identity of a D.J. Durkin-led Auburn team?
Yeah, we made a big point with our guys of like, this is our team. It's not, I know all the questions and how it's going, and it's about offense and defense. We're a team. We're a team, and that's first and foremost. So this is our team. We all take ownership in what goes on that field. No matter what phase it is, including special teams, it's all together. And so, like, for me, it's a group of guys that you can tell they're playing for one another. And how do you tell that? By the amount of energy and effort they play with. And that's it. I want our guys to go compete. I want them to play with confidence and not a care in the world. That's it. Don't we're going to prepare them right. We're going to have a great week of practice, prepare, and go out there and let it loose. And I want us to be the aggressor in all situations. No hesitation. And I think our guys will embrace that. I know they will. And so
punch them in the mouth.
Woo, man.
He got me fired up, dude.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I'm ready to play, man. I'm too old for that shit, but I'm ready to play.
Run through a wall and let me run through a player, man. I tell you,
makes me want to go punch some babies.
And dude, I think Cohen is okay with Durkin. I think he likes Durkin. I think he likes what he sees from the defensive side of the ball. And so I think when he says that he's giving Cohen the leash to kind of, or Durkin the leash to kind of do whatever he needs to do, it kind of feels like that. It just, I just like it, man. I like what Durkin said, taking a shot at Freeze, having multiple play callers and saying that Derek Nix is going to call the plays, all the plays.
The only one, every play.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be, man. It shouldn't be having a third down play caller and a long down play caller, all that shit. I absolutely
what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's Hugh Freeze. It's a Hugh Freeze offense, apparently. Oh, man. Durkin, you can tell why the defense plays the way they do. Because that dude it was subtle too. It wasn't like he was up there yelling and rah-rahing and getting fired up himself. What he was saying, the way he was saying it, the authority he had, it just screams head football coach. It really does. And I love the podium taps. I love the podium taps. It just,
it's his way of centering himself.
I
love. I mean, even offensive players on the roster right now are getting behind DJ Durkin. I mean, the most notable reaction that I saw today was from DK himself saying, "Let's go get it, smirk." I guess they're calling DJ Durkin smirk now because of his stupid murderous smirk on the sideline.
I love that.
So I know that. I know that these offensive players are also fired up and ready for a new day in Auburn uniform. Keeping DK is going to be a very, very big piece to keep on the board to keep the rest of the pieces from leaving. So if he has DK behind him, I'm behind him because DK is without a doubt the future of this program at quarterback. And I'm fired up for Saturday, man. I'm no longer depressed to watch Auburn football. I'm no like I was excited for basketball season to start tonight.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as cheery at the end of the game as I wanted to be, but I'm still a lot more cheery now after watching DJ Durkin for a third time, talking about what his plans are for the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, I kind of am okay with Durkin getting the gig. I think we
Yeah.
would retain a lot of our
Especially if he
defensive
shows out.
players if he shows out. I just like the mentality that Durkin has shown. So that leads me to the next question, Josh. Who do we want as our next head coach? I'm gonna let you lead things off here.
So this is who I wanted before I saw the Vegas odds for Auburn's next head coach. I have the list here. I can read the whole list to you, but before I start that, I wanted Kenny Dillingham to be our head coach, not John Sumrall. I like Sumrall a lot, but I think Kenny Dillingham is the offensive mind that we really need. And it seems like he knows how to develop quarterbacks, which is also a very big thing that the next offensive coordinator has to check off. But these Vegas odds, they're a little interesting. They left off a coach I wasn't expecting to be left off. First, we have 3-1 odds, Kenny Dillingham. Next is John Sumrall at 3.5 to 1. James Franklin is 4-1. Brent Key at Georgia Tech is 7.5 to 1.
I love that dude, man.
He's really good, but I don't think he's going to come. The next one, I just hope to God it never happens. I don't ever want to see him on the Auburn sideline. Yes, 7.5 to 1 is Jimbo Fisher. 9 to 1 is Ryan Silverfield out of Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri at 11 to 1. I like his passion and his fire. I think I would be okay with Drinkwitz. He's a good recruiter and he's a good coach. We all see what he can do with the quarterbacks as well. Then this one has me perplexed. I've always liked him, but he's kind of the same as Hugh Freeze in my eyes. Next is 12 to 1 Gus Malzahn at FSU. I don't think that one would be. I don't think that would.
They're not bringing Gus back.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. 14 to 1 is Dan Mullen at UNLV. That's not a home run. No. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Then we have God. I don't want this one either. 16 to 1 John Gruden. I don't want John Gruden. I don't think he has the. I don't think he has the wherewithal to recruit. He is a coach, a certified 110% only coach. And if he's going to be head coach, he's got to have one hell of a recruiter behind him getting these players in. Then 18 to 1 is Glenn Schumann from Georgia. I would imagine he's something offensive at Georgia. I don't know at all.
Oh, he's the defensive coordinator. He's been the defensive coordinator for the last 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Then out of Vanderbilt, 20 to 1 is Clark Lee. Is that their head coach right now?
Yeah, he ain't leaving.
Yeah,
he played for Vandy, and plus I
don't
want to
think he's
see what
leave.
he does without Diego.
I agree. Yeah, I agree because I agree with you. 22 to 1 is DJ Durkin. I feel like that's a little low in my opinion. I feel like he should be higher up on the odds to land the job. Then there's this guy he's intriguing. Alex Galesh at USF. He's 25 to 1. That one's very intriguing to me. Fran Brown out of Syracuse, 28 to 1.
I don't want Fran. Fran's a good coach.
I don't think
not a fan.
He's a good coach. I don't think he's a home run. In this one, the last one they have on here, it's never going to happen. I don't know why they put this on here. They have 50 to 1 Nick Saban. I'm a little surprised that they left Lane Kiffin off of that list because Kiffin has been a name thrown around by a lot of people. If I had to choose, on my top 3 would be Kenny Dillingham, Brent Key, and DJ Durkin.
Yeah, For me, I want John Summerall. I didn't know much about him other than the fact that he's had Tulane doing well the last few years.
Dude, they got walked by UTSA.
He did.
As soon as rumors started circling, they got walked.
Yeah, but he also still has Tulane talent. Um, uh, Either way, coaches lose. Coaches lose games. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to lose a game. And you're going to lose a game to somebody you're not supposed to lose to.
It's true.
And
New Mexico State.
They play Texas A&M okay. Now, Texas A&M didn't lose to them or whatnot, but, they played okay. They're not a terrible, terrible team. I still like John Summerall. I think, me personally, my favorite person on that list is Brent Kelly from Georgia Tech. Is that his last name, Kelly?
You mean Brent Key? Brent Key.
Yeah. I think he is my favorite player. He reminds me of the Lions, Campbell, their head coach. He just seems like that rough and tough. Dan Campbell, that rough and tough blue collar guy that is just, the whole team screams his character and his personality type. And so I wouldn't.
So you're not interested in James Franklin at all?
I'd be okay with.
I figured you'd be a James Franklin guy.
My thing is Franklin is a hell of a lot better than what we've had the last 5 years. Hell of a lot.
It's true,
better.
but I don't think he's that great of a recruiter, man. I just don't. He lost Alabama's greatest high school running back of all time to one of the worst state of Alabama head coaches of all time in Hugh Freeze. Alvin Henderson was committed to Penn State for the longest time, and then for whatever reason, he decided to come to Auburn.
Yeah, but
that's a big deal.
Alvin lived right around the corner from Auburn, and so that didn't surprise me. I don't know. I'd be okay with James Franklin. I think he'd be a lot better. I don't think he is this guy that we're going to be competing for playoff spots every year.
Give me your top three then.
My top three: Summerall,
1 to
Key,
3,
and Durkin. Durkin
really?
Being my third.
Durkin's my third. Key is my second, but Dillingham is my first. I would really like Kenny Dillingham to be our head coach.
I want somebody.
He's a good recruiter.
Coordinator.
Dude, Auburn needs offense, bro. When's the last time Auburn's had a dynamic offense?
Hire an offensive coordinator. I'm sick and tired of this. We got it in Gus. They did the same thing with the potato famine, and they did the same thing with Hugh Freeze. I'm tired of it. Unless his name is Kiffin, I don't want an offensive coordinator as my head coach.
Interesting. Okay,
just bottom line.
I can respect it.
And even then, sometimes Kiffin pisses me off with the way you.
I'm a huge defensive guy. Like if my defense is dominating, the offense is only scoring 10 to 20 points a game, but the defense is keeping them off the board 3 to 10 points a game, I'm okay with it. I like defense, but I'm ready for Auburn to have an offense that puts up more than 20 points a game.
I agree.
They're not doing that this year.
Josh, I think you and I both can agree on one thing and one thing only right now, is that we want Auburn to be successful, and we want Auburn to consistently be successful. And so
just win, baby. Just win.
With that, Josh, War Eagle, man.
War damn Eagle, dude.
There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.